The first thing you're looking for is an aperture of f2.8 or greater. Check out this shot of my Rokinon. As you're looking at the aperture change from f22 all the way back down to f1.4, you can see how much awesome space there is in that light bucket of a lens to capture as much light in and get to the sensor without having to bring up my ISO too much to amplify the existing light. So when you're looking at your lenses, choose something that's f2.8 or greater. f1.4 is this Rokinon, and it is fantastic. Let's talk about the second thing, the focal length of your lens. That focal length choice is basically you're going to be as wide as possible from fisheye to about 50 millimeter. Those are your best ranges. What if I'm concerned about getting a zoom? Should I avoid zoom lenses? Heavens no. The fact that my Rokinon is better than my Tamron is not because it's just a prime versus a zoom question. While prime is fantastic, has high quality, and it will give you really great quality glass and clarity on the Milky Way, if this was an f3.5 and prime versus a zoom 2.8, the one I'd go with instantly is the f2.8. Lastly, you might look at this Rokinon and say, this doesn't have any autofocus. If no autofocus, this is going to be a frustrating lens to have in my bag. Well, for Milky Way photography, you are always going to be in manual focus. Look at your lenses. What do you have? Do you only have a 50 millimeter that's f1.8 or 1.4 or 1.2? Then go with the 50 millimeter. You will have to do a panorama, so stay tuned for a later video where I'm going to talk about panoramas, and you guys can get out there with a fantastic lens for Milky Way. You don't even have to go and buy a new one so long as you have something that fits in this category, f2.8 or greater, and it's going to be something from fisheye to 50 millimeter. Anything in that range is gonna be solid for Milky Way photography. And that concludes our 2-minute Milky Way tip for today. I'm Aaron King with Photog Adventures. If you have any more questions, send me a message. Write it down in the comments below. If you want to learn more about what lenses to use and go further than this, then I recommend that you join me over on the Milky Way Photographers Guild. That's where I am, and that's where my friends at Milky Way Photographers are talking about Milky Way photography. There's a 3-day trial. Check it out and see if you like it. There's exclusive content part of the guild. You can get exclusive Milky Way lives on Wednesday twice a month, and you can also have a Milky Way roundtable every month. And if you're one of those people who really want to learn a lot more, check out my Milky Way course. You can find it over at aaronking.photogadventures.com. Right now it's on discount, so I'm selling it for $30 only up until the first 200 students. 81 of them or 82 have already been taken, and so keep checking back. $30 only, and you get a course with everything that we're talking about Milky Way. We break down planning, composition, lighting, settings, gear, post-processing. If you want more information than just what these 2-minute tips are giving you, here's a great option for you. Otherwise, come back for tomorrow for the next 2-minute tip. Thanks, guys. See you later.
50 millimeter. When Eric was taking photos with his 85, and he took so much longer than I did. I was just lying on the ground, kind of taking a nap for a while.
Right.